Hello, everybody. It's Joanna and Tarazim here from yoursacredtransformation.com. Happy Friday to you all. It's good to be here, and it's been a very hot, juicy week so far with the fears we've been exploring in this 366-day Fear into Love journey. Epic adventure, really. We're at the end here almost, and I say some of the best, juiciest stuff for last. Yesterday, we were looking at the subject of wanting sex and the fears that can sometimes go along with that. And today's post, day 300 and I believe 44, is kind of the opposite, which I think it was worth acknowledging is when you simply don't want sex. How many of you have been at a time where you simply just don't want sex and it's created some kind of fear or anxiety or insecurity? I certainly have been that way for sure. Certainly, working full time plus and raising two children and endeavoring to have my self care be really important and high priority, along with spiritual practice and all the other things that I'm holding that I'm sure you're holding as well. And there's just been some times where my libido has been just not available, especially after having children in the months that I was breastfeeding and literally putting all of my life force energy into taking care of them. So, this post is for you if there's been a time where you simply don't want sex and there's been some kind of nagging anxiety or concern or just this nagging feeling that's bothering you. I think it's really worth acknowledging that we live in a culture where we are expected to want and look like we want sex 24/7. I think that Hollywood does a really good job, along with the print industry and the magazine industry and the media, of portraying this completely and totally unrealistic image, which pisses a lot of people off, pisses me off, that we should want and need to want sex all the time. It's just part of how a certain part of humanity got sexualized and glorified, and it's almost like from the chakras, the energy centers in the body, from the root all the way up to the crown, we somehow are at the sex chakra. That's as sort of high as we've gotten as a collective, the masses. I'm not saying there aren't individual pockets that have certainly risen above that to true empowerment in the third chakra and heart empowerment and awakening in the fourth chakra and voice all the way up to the crown chakra. So we have to acknowledge and simply be gentle and forgiving of ourselves that that media infiltration is so completely off balance, unrealistic, and that we are inundated with that all the time. I mean, I just look down my Facebook feed, if I watch the news or see commercials or look in a print magazine that has pictures, it's literally oozing out of every advertisement because somehow sex seems to sell, because that's where we are. I think we're actually learning as a collective species how to do sexuality and creativity in a really good way. And obviously, looking around the world, we can all see where we get so stuck and so lost in that. So, gotta grant yourself that understanding. And there's a way to deliver understanding like that to yourself in a way that's just compassionate, and it's like giving yourself a break and reminding yourself. Sometimes I say to myself, yep, I'm not supposed to look amazing 24/7, or like I just, would like to be having sex right now every single second, because I don't feel that way. And I don't think anybody feels that way, even if they would like to. I think the second thing that is really important in this, especially for us women, but I know men go through this too because I hear it from my own husband, is that we all have rhythms. For women, we have a monthly rhythm where we have more hormones that put us in the mood more. Certainly, the days before a woman's cycle is nearing the end of her cycle and she's about to be on her moon time, there's not a whole lot of hormones there. For some women, it's kind of like a death experience to not have the same kind of estrogen in your body, especially as we move towards premenopause and, into that whole cycle. Things are really different. So, honor your rhythm, discover what your rhythm is. And I think the third thing that I want to offer during this video is to really honor your no. When your body says no, honor it. When your body says, mm-mm, it's like your body has an instant barometer. It's like a yes or no system pretty quickly. Like, for example, if I ask myself right now, is my name Joanna? My whole body gives me a yes. Or is my favorite color white? And my body goes, mm-mm. I can feel this little movement inside. So your own body has a fantastic system, a yes or no system. And I invite you to play with some yes or no questions after this video so that you know what your body's natural barometer really is. And so that you'll know what that yes or no feels like. Because, of course, you do not want to be engaging with sex if, on any level, you are not wanting it. And not wanting it is perfectly fine, acceptable, and actually, there may be times even more extended where you don't want it, regardless of children or hormones or what the culture says. There may be other reasons that you choose to not be sexual. And sometimes I've gone through that where I'm just incubating something. I don't want there to be second chakra sexuality stuff involved. It's moving at a different level. And that's really okay as well. Sometimes we need to take that space for ourselves. So honor your no, grant yourself understanding from the culture, learn what your rhythm is, and to really respect that and get really, really okay and normalizing with yourself that when you don't want to have sex, you don't have to. And it's really more than that, totally okay. Really okay. Because sometimes I hear that it's not okay for people. And sometimes people suffer different mental or emotional syndromes because they don't feel like it's okay. So that's why I felt compelled to address this today. Thank you for all your comments yesterday. That was a popular, juicy one. And I'm curious how you think our culture responds to the whole issue of not wanting to have sex, what you've seen in your lives. I'd be curious to have you share. So please feel free to do so in the comments below. And again, I thank you for watching. Take care.